Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Table Team, and welcome to your extra time weekly show. How's everybody doing? Cieran, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Good day. Lovely morning. Getting sort of excited with news and that, and then trying not to be too excited, just in case, because that's the kind of pessimism that West Ham breeds into you over the years. I'm not getting excited until I know it's happened. I see this guy in the shirt, but if that deal comes through, I'll be very delighted. It's like we've stopped shopping in Tesco's and we've popped into Harrods to see what we can get. So let's see.
And you haven't paid sale prices neither. You've paid some good money for this guy. You've paid some good money.
Yeah, it's quite surprised. When I said I thought West Ham we'd have to spend at least 80-90 million in this window at least, and we've already spent 110 mil, and plus we've sold 18, so we're about 92 million, net spend already. If we put this boy on the board, we're going up to about 140 million spent, and that's quite major.
David Moyes will be up in the nosebleed about now.
Yeah. You won't be able to blame it on not being backed, which he never has, to be fair. Everyone else wants to blame the board about things, but about not backing him, but they have backed him and given him the money. And if this one goes over the line, well, that's a big spend up.
And Russell, how are you, friend? How are you doing? We had a good show, didn't we, over there? Really good show.
The fantasy one went really well. Yep. I also watched the one with BigMallys today. I caught a bit of that earlier. But no, it's a bit of a weird one. I was thinking about the show, before we came in here, even though I got in a bit late. And I was just thinking about it. It's a weird one because you got West Ham bottom of the table, but then you got Leeds who are third. But I'm looking at them kind of going, oh, they're making good signings. But then I'm thinking, well, we've got the points and the performances right now. So it's a bit of a weird one. You guys are probably looking at us going, wish we were kind of where Leeds were, but you're making good signings. Yeah. But I will say with West Ham, I think this is really interesting now because I think you guys have had a really good window. And I don't think any of you West Ham fans can really complain. Now you've got your left back, you've got Cornet, you got forward, you got two defenders, you're signing a big midfielder. I don't think there's any excuses now for West Ham not to be flying up the league. There's a lot of pressure on you guys now because you've done the business.
Good man, good. Titch, how are you, our friend? I know I spoke to you earlier on, but
I'm good, thanks. Are you good?
Denai, how are you? How are you today?
Say it again.
I'm good, thanks.
Are you all right, Denai? Yeah. Are you up a bit late, sweetie? Come on. What time you call this?
Cieran said, are you going to bed?
She tells them when they're going to bed.
Yeah, I know.
She's in charge until they never go to
bed. Yeah, I decide. I'm a woman. I decide what's going on in here.
Got some good people in chat as well. Am I
a Leeds fan yet, Titch?
Huh?
She a Leeds fan yet? Is she going to come join those guys?
Don't know. What team do you support? What football team?
Third place. Say third place.
What team?
Third place.
West Ham.
No, third place.
Say West Ham.
Third place.
No, don't listen to him. He's a villain.
Yeah, he's a villain.
You're a villain.
I was thinking, I was going to swear then, but not in front of her.
There's Stuart. Yeah, you know Stuart.
Chat. So everybody, good evening. Hammerhead, hope you're doing well.
Broski, say broski.
Broski. Who's that?
Broski.
That's Hammerhead. Oh, that's Russell. Cieran, you know Cieran.
Cieran.
Who's that?
Stuart.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Are you BigMally, mate? Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, he's calling you.
Hey up, fellow Leeds and Hammers fans.
Hey up, Melly.
BigMally. I'm so excited about Paqueta. I don't blame you. I think I would be. Really good signing.
Don't touch it.
Yeah. I am. Yeah. Paqueta. My God. Look, this is...
Lawrence.
What we got? Oi. Hey, Big Lawrence, how you doing, mate?
Good evening, Lawrence.
Yeah, because you know, like when all us at the end of last season was saying when people saying we've got to bring 4 or 5. No, I was saying at the time we need 7, we need 8.
Yeah.
You can see the writing on the wall, you know. And to be fair, we have brought in 7 already. If we landed Paqueta, that would be 8, and there could be another one. Who knows? So the money's being spent, and now Moyes. And this is my disappointment. Moyes now. I think he's talking too much to the press. He's saying things I think he shouldn't be saying anything.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of credit in the bank for the last 2 seasons, and rightly so. But now this isn't a Pellegrini team now. This is his team.
yeah.
He spent a nigh on 3. It'll be about 300 million he spent since he come in. So it's on his shoulders now. He hasn't got any excuses or well, I'm just taking over and making this team work. He's made the signings, and like all managers, you live and die by your recruitment. And these are positive signings he's making. They've just got to work. And I think the frustration the West Ham fan base are getting is, before, if we land Paqueta, we had all the time. We weren't playing them. Last week we played Cieran, centre half only because we had no one else. So it's just a bit of frustration from the fan base. But now he's got all these boys in. If Paqueta lands as well, there's no excuses there. Everything's down to Moyes.
I know football fans are, demanding. I mean, we are as Leeds. Well, all football fans, they want transfers. But when I saw the guy you were signing today, and I spoke to another West Ham mate, I can't see how you guys can complain. There's nothing you can say about this window apart from being good. So now it comes down to it's really. I mean, I can't see if your form doesn't improve. I think Moyes could get sacked with the signings because it really does add a lot on to you guys now. Because you got the players, you got good players in. I look at all the players you've signed, and probably apart from Coventry, was it Coventry you signed?
No, down.
Yeah, but it was a bit of an unknown. All of them should be hit with what you've got. So you've got depth and quality. So I don't know. I think if it implodes, it's bye Moist for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, Russell. This team now is his team. If he can't get it to work, then it'd be on his shoulders, and it's as simple as that. What the frustrating part? I've never been one of these to shout in Moyes we trust because I don't trust him. But what I did, Brighton game showed me the frailties of Moyes. He was tactically inept last week. I thought he was really bad. I think he put the wrong team out. He chose the same players that were struggling. And then when he did change it, he changed it in favour of Brighton. They went on to win the game because of the way he changed it. Because they were doubling up on Ben Rama on that left. As soon as he put Ben Rama in the middle and put Antonio out there, Potter was straight on it, changed it, didn't double up on Antonio, just left the one guy, let Solly March tear up down the wing to terrorise Cresswell. He brought Trossard into the middle, and 2 minutes later they scored their second goal. That was all down to Moyes. That was a really bad substitution and the way he changed the formation. And Ben Rama, as much as he was trying hard on that left, not getting anywhere, he had 2 guys to deal with. As soon as he moved into the middle, he was non-existent, and they were more threatening. So, to me, he got it all wrong, regardless. So, I just hope he improves on that with the players he's brought in. Now, Paqueta would be the icing on the cake, but like I said, I don't want to get too excited until I see it happen because I'm very disappointed.
It's all confirmed, isn't it? All the big. I was looking at it earlier, and all the big ones have confirmed it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get to that point with a lot of these people who are done without it being done. I mean, it's virtually. I'll be shocked.
Yeah, but what's been confirmed, Russell? All I've seen is what's been confirmed is he's agreed personal terms.
Yeah.
Now that's,
and a medical.
Yeah, there's no reason there now why Liverpool, apparently they sniffed around him before, couldn't jump in there and go, right, we'll offer the same money if you want to come to Liverpool.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from, because it's like Leeds. If we signed a player like that, for that much money, you would be like, oh, it's too good to be true, until it's, because you don't really expect it from your club, do you? If you're not one of the big six, you know what I'm saying? So
No.
I can see what you're saying, but I'll be shocked if it doesn't go through, because everything seems to be indicating it's signed, sealed, and delivered. So
skip through some of these comments, guys, if you don't mind. Stu, you forgot to put screen ends at the end of your last bid. I know, I'm sorry, Mally, I did forget. Amani's in the house, everybody. Hello, Amani.
How you doing, Harmony?
Right, Harmony.
180 million spent with Paqueta signing, Ahmed saying.
I think it'd be more like 160, I think. But, either. It's a lot of money we've spent. But like I said, we sold off we've got 18 million in. I'm talking about the net spend. Yeah, so he's about right. It'd be about 160 net spend. But yeah, we spent a lot of money. If this happens.
BigMallys Titch, he searched high and low for this show.
So Mally, obviously, I was busy this week. I finished it, uploaded it about 3 hours ago. But for some reason, it's still in 360p on YouTube, which is poor quality. So I don't know why. But yeah, I'm waiting until it's 1080. So if it don't change after we finish this, I might just delete it, re-upload it, and then it'll come out tomorrow about 10 a.m. Well, so yeah, we've done it.
Titch, this isn't the way it's going. It's all of a sudden been slow to upload, is it? This all seems a bit skull and duggery to me.
Yeah,
it sounds very West Ham. This is
we're catching you. The chasing pack is gaining momentum.
Wait,
yeah. It won't be uploaded this week. But if I go ahead for next week, bang on cue.
Yeah, this is a busy week, man. We had the football camp, kids football camp.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, but I'm not. We're catching you. Don't worry, man.
Hammerhead says that he reckons that you'll spend just over 200 million in his transfer window alone.
Well, that means at least one more signing, Hammerhead. Maybe. Yeah. Possibly, mate. Possibly. You never know. I don't think I'll get to that much, but who knows?
Brother Lawrence says, we've got the boys now, let's do the business.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to ask you, both Titch and Cieran. Does he start instantly? Does he go straight into the starting team? Or is Moyes going to piss about by bedding him in?
Has to start.
What, Paqueta?
Yeah.
No. Look, if we sign Paqueta, I'm not believing it yet, mate. I don't care until I see him in the shirt. I'm not believing it. But if we sign him, he has to start. This is a Brazilian playmaker. He ain't going to stand for sitting on the bench for weeks and weeks. No, not a hope, man. This is a maverick player. This is a supposedly world-class player. No, there's none of that bedding him in for 6 months. This boy's got to start. He's got to be. He's got to be your signature star signing, and he has to be put on show, and he has to do the business. Is he going to be another, world-class player? We're going to say, well, he's not fit enough. No, come on, get him in there, let him do the job.
He's, even if we do, he's not going to be signing time for Villa anyway. So
no, it wouldn't be
unfortunate for us, and then it would be Spurs would be his first game.
So who does this mean West Ham sell?
Might not sell anyone.
You don't think you think you'll bring in 180 million? You're going to outlay 180 million, and you're not going to. How much have you out? How much have you sold so far?
I could see Lanzini potentially, because of the Paqueta's position, potentially being sold to raise some funds, 10 mil, 12 mil. I don't know what it would be.
Ben Rama,
possibly.
No.
But the price would have to be right. But I think Lanzini, they would be open to selling him just to get back some of the money. And now that we've brought in an actual playmaker, this is Brazil, who are World Cup favourites. This is their starting playmaker that West Ham are potentially signing now. Brazil, World Cup favourites, left-footed. You can play in multiple different positions. and you know, listen to a reporter today. He's saying the relationship he has with Neymar for the national team is just crazy. You know, like the way he supplies Neymar and blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm gonna wait, like I said, till I see him doing kick ups with the shirt on, and then I'll be getting even more excited. But yeah, you know, he's a big player.
Yeah, and as well as we've already lost about 7 to 8 players, Russ. You know, we're only the 7 we brought in.
You wouldn't think he would be wanting a relegation battle, would you?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's no relegation battles, man. You're only in the relegation battle for the first 10 weeks.
Give Leeds a chance and Forest and all them teams.
I mean,
I'm surprised Forest didn't try to sign him. Let's fucking sign everyone else.
Nah,
I will say this though, guys. Right? You know what. West Ham have been beside if we're in London and all and stuff. But I will say this. I told you that I watch a fair few different YouTube channel sites.
Yeah.
And I know it's old news, but it's new news, if that makes sense. Chelsea are desperate to bring in Declan Rice sooner rather than later. That's the word.
Is it?
What, as in this window?
Well, all I can tell you is because not's working for them. You know, they've just signed that for Fafana, haven't they? So
is he signed?
Yeah, apparently he signed for Chelsea now.
I didn't know that.
He's a Chelsea player now. Yeah.
He's not confirmed yet.
He's on the verge of signing. Everything's agreed with clubs and everything. They went in with a fourth offer, didn't they?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, and they're looking to strengthen even more of Chelsea.
It'd be interesting to see what Leicester do now. I think this could be. I mean, I think it's been the most money spent ever, and I think it's only going to get bigger over the next 6 days, isn't it? It's going to go crazy.
Oh yeah.
Do you know? Now you've made that. But Fafana, Stewie, what they starting for? 70?
It's closed. Yeah, it's not done yet, Cieran. Sorry, but they're saying it will be 70 mil. But yeah,
disgusting, absolutely disgusting. This is it. Look, here we go again. You remember I mentioned the part I think Abramovich ruined the English football. Now here we go again with Chelsea. New owner, same tactic, right?
Yeah.
Same fucking tactics. It's fucking sickening. Fafana's not worth 70 million, but they're paying for it. They made a bid for Anthony Gordon for 60 million. This is a 20 mil player at the most who's had one good season with Everton. And I like that player, Anthony Gordon. I thought that's something West Ham could have gone in for 20, maybe 25 million and get him out of there. 60 million. This is fucking ridiculous. Now, Chelsea are doing it again. It's the same old shit with different owners. Just throwing out money there that's absolutely mental. It's so wrong. So wrong.
Saying that,
and
you guys haven't been shy about
Anthony Gordon now. Anthony Gordon has put in a transfer request because his head's been turned.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, it fucked him and it's fucked Everton.
Yeah.
Because of it. It's disgusting.
I mean,
what do you say, Russ?
Think what you were just saying then. I mean, you guys, I know not all the time, but you know what Cieran was just saying. You guys haven't exactly been shy throwing it around this summer, have you? You're one of the biggest spenders.
But we've
only spent what we sold.
Yeah, they do it every year, Russell. 100 million on Lukaku last year.
Yeah, he's gone.
You know what I mean? It's never ending with them. It's just overpricing every player and bringing the wage bill up for everyone. It's ruining the game. And that's my point with Chelsea. And they keep doing it year after year after year. And it's fucking annoying, man. You know, Anthony Gordon now, where are they with that? Is any news on that? Is he won't be happy now at Everton, whether this deal goes through or not.
No. And he would have seen them chase for Fafana, Leicester not wanting to sell and him going. So he's gonna be like, well, I'm gonna do what Fafana done. Whatever Fafana done to get out of Leicester, I'm gonna do to get out of my boyhood club.
Come on, mate, see if I can get you in.
And as you said, Fafana, Stewie, what was I going to say there? So that's £70 million. Where does that leave Brendan Rodgers? Because his team is getting depleted. Where does that leave him?
and not a lot of time to find a suitable replacement either.
I think that's why I think it's going to be exciting. I think Leicester are going to, with that much money coming in, they're going to. I think it's going to be an exciting 5 days. I think there's going to be loads kicking off. Those dominoes are going to fall. Hopefully, some will fall into Leeds' area, but I think just around the Premiership, it's going to be fascinating to watch. I think it's going to be a lot of business.
Good day, Alison.
Just going to catch up with some of
Good
these
evening,
comments.
Alison.
Good evening, Alison. Love. Hope you're doing well. Maybe that's signings may help Moyes to stop being so one-dimensional.
We hope.
Hopefully.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping, Hammerhead. It's pointing in that direction, hopefully.
Scamacca needs to start and put Antonio on the left wing.
Yeah.
I don't
definitely
think
has. The Scamacca.
Antonio will be on the bench.
You think he'll start on the bench?
I think he will, because I'd like to play a 3-5-2 and have Antonio and Scamacca together. Don't think Moyes will do that, but But I think, thinking of Moyes, I think he'll put Antonio on the bench and start Scamacca. But I'd love to see a 3-5-2 and have both of them up there.
And you know what? With Paqueta, 3-5-2 can work because you've got a genuine playmaker. You've got Rice, Souček. You've got those two up top. You've also got Emerson as your left wing back.
Emerson as your wing back.
Yeah, that could the 3-5-2 could work, and it gives us two different formations, totally different formations.
Yeah, you're right. The players are there for that now.
You know what? You could even play Fornals left wing back as well. I think
you can,
or even on the right. He's left. He plays on the left, but he's actually right footed. So I think he would be as a alternative or an option as a right wing back would be Fornals and Emerson.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you've got the tools now to do that 3-5-2. As long as your centre half are fit enough to make it, As long as that, I think that's the only reason we haven't gone with the 5, the 3-5 is because of all the injuries we had to the centre backs. So I believe that's where it's heading. But I'm hoping so.
Hammerhead says personal terms agreed and fees agreed by the clubs and medical, but for the morning up apparently. But I'm assuming that West Ham will want to make this happen quicker, sooner rather than later, to give no one else a chance of getting in.
Exactly.
Do you think again
can be better than Payet?
Again, his medical was delayed because Newcastle started sniffing around.
That's right.
So nothing's done yet,
And
that's
I think
why
we're in Titch, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't we in the same sort of position with Onana and then Everton went bang?
Yeah. They came out of nowhere. They was not interested in him like that. And they took him. So, it would be a fantastic signing, but I don't want to be on camera getting excited and then it don't happen. So good evening, Tom. So of course you want it to happen. But I'll wait till it's signed, sealed, delivered.
Good evening, Tom. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Tom.
Hope he'll easy to predict him on a score. He's done that on his prediction show on his channel, Tom. But he went for 3-2 Leeds win. No problem, Titch. Didn't know if it was something at my end.
No, Mally. Like I said, it should be in the full res now, and it's not. So I might have to delete it and upload it again. So I've done it as a private video until it goes to 1080. Then I'd make it public, but it's not switching to 1080.
Sabotage.
No, it's still on 360, which is poor, man. Good evening, Ian Darlow.
Yeah, Darlington fan. Good evening, Ian.
One sec, Stu. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna just re-upload it, but I'm coming straight back.
All right, mate. Well, I'll just go through chat. Will we sign anyone? That's a good question to start with on each side of it, isn't it, Russell? It depends, doesn't it, on if we can get anyone by budget or not.
I'm hoping so. I mean, it's like I say, it's a bit of a weird one because we've got the West Ham side all kind of. They've all disappeared now. Now we're talking Leeds. They don't want to be on it anymore. It's like we're going to make a cup of tea. We're off. But Yeah, it's a bit on the side in the sense of transfers. It is a bit transfer envy watching West Ham sign all these players, and then you got Leeds just hanging around, just waiting and being cautious, and still not spending any transfer budget apart from the players we brought in. And
I
they
did
might
try warn you.
They might treat us to a forward, which it's going to be interesting to see when the deadline finishes how much we've actually spent in the transfer budget. It could be like something silly like 15, 20 million, which is naff all, really, is it? So I think the left back position I was hoping for, I think that's disappearing.
Yeah, that's not happening now.
Yeah, so I think the only thing that's going to happen is a forward, which better happen. But I think we're just going to be one of these teams that maybe does one bit of business and it's very dull and boring, and a little disappointing, to be honest with you. I still think.
I am so shocked and surprised because I've been banging on this drum for about 3 or 4 weeks that we, I said, it pains me to say it, but there's no way on earth Radzali's going to want to spend any more money if he knows that he's got a buyer lined up for Leeds United.
Yeah, but that's not until next season, is it? So I think it's just, in a weird way, you're starting well's not helped when it comes to transfers. So
it's the role reversal of West Ham, isn't it? West Ham started really poorly, which made them get the big butt into gear to buy players. We started really well, and everyone thinks it'll be safe. Yeah,
but it's dangerous, isn't it? Because we could start just before the transfer window. In this transfer window goes, we start tailing off, and we get a few injuries, and then we're like, right, we're falling back into the same position we had last year. Right now, it's all about prevention. We should be signing a few just for prevention, security, common sense, not kind of going, oh, we're fine, just carry on. And we want to be better, don't we? So I don't, it's always best to sign a few players you need to make you better, which is the whole goal of it. So.
Well, what makes me doubt that we were even looking for any more players is the fact that it come out in press that Leeds United have shown an interest in Shea Adams. Southampton point blank shut it down straight away, saying he's not going anywhere this window. So if we were looking at Shea Adams previously, we would have already known that.
Well, it's interesting because Everton have signed Mopai and it looks like they're going to sign Diaz.
Yeah.
So, I'd have took either of them because I just think we need someone who's just a bit older, a bit more experienced, can come in, just to replace Bamford, do a job. So, it's annoying because any links you see, you just don't get that excited about because it's Leeds, isn't it?
Hold on.
We don't.
So Mopay's gone to Everton and who's Diaz?
Yeah, it looks like he might be as well.
Better than Diaz, isn't it?
Oh, he's going to Everton as well.
Looks like it, yeah.
2 strikers,
and they've got Calvert-Lewin as well. So when one Calvert-Lewin's back, they play one up top, don't they? So they'll have three strikers. So from a Leeds point of view, I know we've got Rodrigo, but again, I don't think his form's going to continue as it is. And obviously, if we get any injuries, he can play in the Harrison position. So I still think we need one up there. I see Bamford, Gerhardt, and whoever is the 3 strikers eventually. Even though Rodrigo has started well, we'll have to just see how it pans out.
Get that back on, please, Stu. Just so you know what, just so Russell can read it. Listen, Leeds fans, don't think it's personal, but for me and Cieran, Russell's a little gloater when it comes to the shows. So this is a little moral victory. He wants signings at Leeds, and we are signing, hopefully, someone who's dripping in class, same wavelength as Neymar. Don't play for Brazil 30 times by the age of 24 for nothing. Have some of that, Russell. Put that in your pipe.
We had Rafinha.
We're making signings, baby.
We don't have him anymore, though.
Yeah, you had Rafinha.
That's hilarious.
And I know Russell really wants signings, so this is the get back. This is how we get in your head and you start messing up your predictions.
Moyes has been more stubborn than Bielsa this season. Teams have sussed you out, same game plan and same old faces. Got to change it quick. Well, hopefully with this Paqueta, it will.
And Scamacca,
Scamacca,
Cornet. Yeah, you got to start using these
when he comes on.
These new faces. Scamacca's Italy's number 9. Paqueta's Brazil's playmaker. He don't wear. He's a 10, but he don't wear the number 10. So come on, man. Like that pedigree should make you automatic starters in a West Ham team.
The problem you might have now, though, is to keep everyone happy, isn't you?
Yeah, fuck them.
Exactly.
Fuck them. They're getting paid lots of money, whether on the bench or on the pitch. This is a squad game these days. It ain't 11 players. It's all about a squad. Isn't it? So I'm not worried about keeping
them. Play
the best team. Huh?
They want to play. They want to play. They want to be happy. They've got World Cups to think of.
Good.
That's why Leeds are not making no more signings. They want to keep their squad happy, Russell.
Yeah.
I guess it is working for us so far.
Russell, we were already thin, so I do not see many leaving. What you will see is some starters becoming backups.
We're in a simpler position.
That better be the case as well.
That's the whole point, isn't it? To upgrade Cresswell, to upgrade Antonio, because they're coming to the end of their careers anyway. So this is what we do. We've got to be upgrading players and have them on the bench, and they're still good enough to come on, in at 60th minute and do a job for you. That's what we got to achieve, and I think we're on the way to it. We just got to get Moyes to do it.
Yeah,
I think he will.
It's a good
You
point.
still need you stand still in the Premier and you get found out.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't think
You
Leeds
cannot.
stood still.
No, he's talking about us. He's talking about West Ham.
Well, I thought they just meant in general.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I think,
you need a striker.
Also,
No doubt about it. Regardless of anything, you have to buy a striker before the end of the window. Like we had to. If we hadn't done it this time, there would have been an absolute revolution with the fan base. You need a striker, and I think you've got to get one in the next week. You've got 6 days now. 6 days to the window finishes.
Yeah, but
So
I think deals can be done so quickly. I'm not looking at personally. I'm not looking at going, oh God, I've only got, because a deal can get done in a day, can't it? A deal can be done quick, So I don't think it's the time. It's just whether we do anything. But I am going to be fascinated with West Ham now because I can't see how the fans can moan anymore. West Ham fans particularly. It's going to be interesting to see how you get on with all your armory now because you've got all the players you want.
Russell, let's say transfer deadline day, Leeds said we want Ben Rama as our striker, right? And West Ham
he's not
said,
a striker though, is he?
Well, he can play like through the middle, 10. And West Ham said 35 mil. Would you, Russell, take him?
No, not for 35. No way.
And
And also, we got to have like a presser. He's got to be a proper forward. So as much as I love Ben Rama, he's not a forward. I think we would fit into our kind of style. But I would love him behind. But we've got Harrison and Rodrigo to cover that.
So,
but no, 35 way too much.
How much?
What for Ben Rama? I can think we can get him to 20.
Russell? Would you bid for Antonio?
Yeah.
How
but
much?
he's injury prone. He's the kind of player I'd like.
Last season he didn't get injured at all last season.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
And he played a lot of games.
Last season.
I think but he would want first team football, one he guaranteed.
Yeah.
And rightly so. So how much would you pay for Antonio?
How old is he?
He's 32.
Or 32.
Listen, he's still got Ronaldo's 37. Don't worry about age.
He's 32.
Bear in mind, people hate playing against him.
But hasn't he just signed a contract?
How much would you pay for Antonio?
32.
Hypothetical, right? Hypothetical.
10 mil?
10 million. Well, he's 32 and injury prone. 10 million.
10 mil? That's why you like signing a striker, because you're not putting up the real money.
Right. You've already nicked one of our strikers, right? For nothing. You're not getting him for 10 mil.
10 mil?
He's trying to flog me a 32-year-old broken forward.
West Ham's record Premier League goal scorer, Jamaican international.
What more do you want?
He hasn't scored. When the last time he scored?
You put him in that Leeds team, mate. He's going to get you 50
wait,
goals.
He could do a job, but it would never happen. He's just signed a contract with you guys anyway. It never happened.
He scored last week against Feeble.
Yeah. Great goal as well. Overhead kick from like 25 yards.
From 2 yards.
So, all right. I'll do your deal. Ben Rama and Antonio. Call it 50. 50 mil. I'm doing the deal, mate.
Please. Oh no! What do you think, Stu, to that?
No,
Yes, Lawrence.
No, I wouldn't. No, yeah, listen, you know, Russell Lawrence, you know how much I like West Ham. I'm not trying to stir.
You've been
West Ham
corrupted though by this guy. This guy's corrupted your mind.
No. It's you know, Chelsea have always been interested in Rice. You know what I mean? And I don't think it'll be this season, but I think he will go. He will be at Chelsea next season.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's the point, Russ. That's what I was going to say to you. You started this conversation about you've read shit that Chelsea are interested in Rice again. But where's the bid? Where's the bid? What bid are they making? It has to start with a bid.
I don't think they'll bid 125 million for him like what you're after.
No, I don't either. I've never believed Rice is worth that money.
But
I reckon the very most we get for him is 100 million. That's top dollar. I think 100 mil. But where's the bid? The bid has to arrive first. And I'm sick of hearing this interest from Chelsea for 3 years now. But where's the bid? Put a bid in and then let us reject it. Simple.
Where's West Ham's money coming from? Because I thought your owners were quite tight. I always used to hear you guys complaining, the owner's tight, doesn't do any good. But all of a sudden you splurge. Where have you
Bear in mind, Russell, last summer, all right, we bought Vlasic. Other than that, we didn't bring anybody in. Krau was on loan. Areola was on loan. We didn't do as much business as we should have done last summer. This January, we done nothing. And I remember me and Cieran sat on, it might have been on this channel, and Stuart done a transfer day, and we said, I know I said, listen, the only one solace is that we want to know what competition we're in next season, and they're going to spend the big money in the summer. That's what we've done. So really and truly, when you balance out last summer, the January transfer and this, it's like 50 mil each window, or maybe 60. So we haven't spent, and that's why now it's a necessity that we have to spend.
And Manny says Gordon can't stay on his feet for more than 10 meters. Awful player, not worth 2 shillings.
2 shillings.
Yeah, I mean,
if not 60 mil.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, if Gordon's worth 60, Harrison's worth 100. I mean,
well, Russell, like you said, and with Rice, if Chelsea are prepared to pay 60 million for Anthony Gordon, well,
exactly.
You're going to pay 100 million for Rice then.
Yeah,
because it doesn't look like, does it?
Exactly. And Hamed, I forgot about that. See, that's what I'm saying. Now West Ham is building a squad, because I said like Emerson as the left wing back, but Cornet. I forgot we got Cornet as well. So,
well, 2 options there now, and that's what you want, don't you? For most positions, you get 2 options for that position. That's great, but they're properly, instead of throwing people in there on the left, what we've done for the last 2 years, who are not. That's not their position. It is for Emerson and it is for Cornet. Yeah. So. And Fornals can do it as well.
So on the last stream, I remember we were talking about, obviously before you got your signings, you got excited and that. You were saying you're probably not going to get any points for your next 3 games. Didn't someone say that? So with the signings coming in, where West Ham going to be in 3 games?
No, this guy hasn't come in yet. So it's still the same players and it's still Villa away, and he won't be eligible to play that game. So I'm not expecting anything different. Until he comes in a team, if he comes in a team.
Well, surely he'd be in the team by the midweek game, would he? Do you think?
Against, is it Spurs midweek? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it midweek?
Yeah, Tuesday. At home, Spurs, he starts that game, and Moyes shakes it up a bit. We could actually win that game. Ooh. And I'm saying that based off of who we're playing and how. Even though we've been this poor, you put him in the team and Moyes actually goes with your Scamacas, maybe your Cornets, and literally goes for it, then we could beat Spurs.
Yeah.
We're missing quality, Russell. We can't even keep the ball. We can't pass the ball.
I don't understand why. You've got good players. How come you can't keep the ball?
Not the type of players that need to play possession football. Most teams play better football than us. And that was the case even when we was finished 5th. We was a good counter-attacking side, but I'm saying as in possession and keeping the ball and dragging players out of position and creating spaces, we was never that team. And that's where we need to evolve.
You guys is it can't get any worse, can it? Basically.
We haven't even
You
started.
can only end. Well, it can get worse if you keep losing, but surely it comes to a point when you're going to start moving the other way.
Yeah, I would have thought
A
so.
goal would help to start things off.
Good evening, Cieran, Russell, Titch and Stu. Good evening, Alison. Love, hope you're doing well.
Are you way behind?
Cousin.
Who's?
Yeah, I'm miles behind comments.
Or I'll be quiet. I'll mute myself while you go through them.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Hey up, man. That's you, Lee. I think the deal's done, but won't be announced until the game on Sunday. Also, I think that they have learnt not to talk too much because of the Anana deal. BigMallys, great talent is Archie. He is a great talent. 3-2 Lee's prediction is a good prediction. That's what Tom was saying, Lee. We'll chat amongst ourselves. Why was my comment about Adams and Rocker removed? Hang on a minute.
No, you know what it would have been? I'm not on it, but maybe, you know, when sometimes you have to authorize a comment. Maybe it was that, and then maybe it timed out from authorization. Let me check.
Because I haven't done that to you. I'll never do that to my.
Maybe that. Yeah, they pick up silly words and then they don't allow it. Let me check.
I'll just grab a drink while you go through the comments quickly.
All right, I will check into that, Alison. Mamani. Leeds fans, what do you think of the third kit? I've got mine on order. I think it's a nice kit. It's silver.
See, look, and Hammerhead, watch this. I can show it, and I can show Hermione's, I think, because they're up for like review. I think because of whatever YouTube deems.
So if they put a word in, it won't let them. It won't show.
Yeah, Hammerhead, something about something bastards or something, and I've just seen that one and I've authorized it because obviously I'm not in the thing, and I think I just authorized Harmony's one as well. I think.
Hammerhead says, "Good evening, Lee. You popped in very stealthily. Lee, my brother, I'm miles behind. Signings open will sign Che Adams. That ain't going to happen, Tom. Apparently, Southampton don't want to sell him. Never saw it, H. Sinisterra was sensational Wednesday night. I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the Premier League. I agree, Tom. Yeah. I agree, but I don't know if it's gonna. Is he gonna change your winning side? I'm not sure. Marley says, BigMallys, I hate it with a passion. Brighton Rock and Leeds Humbugs tomorrow.
So Harmony's retracted a comment. I don't know if that's the one, but yeah, put it back in, Harmony. Put that one in because it's not here. About Rocker and who's the other one? Adams.
Sinisterra's goal was like your Bower's goal. He took it well.
I didn't see it.
No, I didn't.
That's in the League Cup, Cieran.
I'm very excited.
I don't get the League Cup here, unfortunately.
Piquet can be. Hang on a minute. Has that comment? We've seen that comment before.
Nah, it's a different one.
Can be better than Payet at his time at the club. Yeah, I think he could be. Tom,
hopefully,
he is going to be a great player. Amani, I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing it tomorrow. I think it's going to be a close game between Leeds and Brighton. I must admit.
Yeah, I do.
BigMallys, Jerry is out for me. It may grow on me, this one. Oh, the
Who's
grey
that?
one.
Is that for Sinisterra?
No, I think it's the grey kit, isn't it?
Oh, the kit.
Yeah, as Peach would call it, Paquita is the upper crust.
Posh Peach.
Yeah. Skamaka is ready to start. I agree with that. Any players throw a strop, they will be dealt with in show.
I'm sure.
Sorry, mate. Hope Leeds don't sell Dan James. Talk of this. But you need to keep players now to maintain the depth of your squad rotation.
Right, that's a good talking point, Stuart and Russell. 25 mil apparently Spurs. Like, what do you lot think about that?
No, I'd say no.
No. Dan James hasn't been given a chance, and this is the first time since we signed him we can actually play him in his position, and I like him. I think that I don't understand there's a lot of Leeds fans going like, oh yeah, get that, but Dan James on the wing, yeah, he's not. He can be a bit like with his touch and his decision making, but his pace and his work rate. You know, I noticed against Chelsea, his pace caused them problems, scared them. You know, when he was 1-on-1 with a few of them, he was ripping them. So I'll keep Dan James all day. I think he'll do well in that position because we're playing 4-2-3-1 now. I think he's to have him in his proper position. Let's give him a crack. I think he's going to do good. It's good. It's good competition in those areas. We're well stocked in those areas. So he's a keeper for me.
The place where we seem to be struggling, Mally brought it up today in his preview. It's right wing back. He says all our players go over to left. That's why we're exposed that right hand side when Christiansen comes forward. Some of you were talking about, I won't be lately. Cieran agree. She agrees with you, Cieran. Too high of a price.
That's maybe about Ben Rama and Antonio.
Antonio played the whole season last year, like 55 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the reason. Maybe it was the season before he was injured all the time, wasn't
it?
Yeah. BigMallys, I think it's that big baby. I said that they are a great double pivot, amazing replacements for KP, who is injured yet again. Yeah, KP's injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
My talking about players being injured. My first goal scorer for Newcastle's gone down the tube. Callum Wilson's out injured again. Surprise.
Oh, is that your predictions or fantasy football?
That's mine as well. I mean.
Yeah, all three of you lot.
Did I pick Wilson as well?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Did I? I didn't realise I did. I was like,
"That's a good start."
Let me just check the diary for that while you go for the comments.
Antonio, he's 32, isn't he? I would say too old now. I agree, Tom.
He is. I was just talking about maybe 1 year, to fill in for you to, have a proper forward up front instead of that Bamford who's always falling on the floor.
Yeah, talking about injuries, Bamford. Bloody hell.
Bamford's broken. I think Bamford's broken now. I think that's it now. It's gonna be another Jack Wilshere, or an Andy Carroll, like you said, Cieran.
I'm just hoping, Stu, that the Leeds board see this. I mean, surely they can. And they can't keep going. Oh, we'll give him a chance. We'll just because I noticed that Marshkemp really kind of when he got injured at Southampton, he basically said, "Oh, we asked him, tell us truthfully." And I was thinking, is Bamford kind of, because all players don't want competition and don't want to lose a place? I'm thinking, why would you tell us truthfully how bad it is? Because surely players should tell you anyway. So let me thinking, is he kind of going, oh, yeah, I feel all right, but actually he's not? Because that's even worse, isn't it? You'd rather someone be honest and go, look, I'm struggling, because then, we can get players in. Maybe they'll be thinking, is he saying, oh, yeah, he's fine, so we don't sign a forward and he can try and keep coming back? But we as fans, we're not bothered, are we? We just want someone who's reliable.
You see, and Bamford will be desperate to get into that first team to get into the World Cup.
Yeah, he will be. But for fans, we're like, yeah, well, we don't care about that. We want someone who can be reliable and not be injured all the time. Sorry, it sounds brutal, but that's the honest truth, isn't it? So,
well, this is why we're looking desperate to try and find a striker.
Well, I hope we are.
It'll be sad if we don't, Russell.
I'll be annoyed. I'll be very annoyed. Very annoyed.
Right. Oh, right. Hang on a minute. I'm telling you now that I bet my life that on Rice never going to Chelsea. Or City. He's going to Spain.
Yeah, for me, I think that's the obvious one is Chelsea. I would rather he didn't go there. I just think, because he, as a kid, he was there and all of that. I think it's set up for him to go there, but I would, hope that he don't go to Chelsea. But yeah,
well, I did predict 3 years ago he'll end up at Man United, and but in that 3 years, Man United have been dog shit. So
yeah.
If Ten Hag turns them round to a proper team again, if he does, a big if. at the end of this season, who knows?
Mm.
Man United could
Oh,
be on
speaking
the
about
table.
bloody Man United, they got that win against Liverpool, Cieran.
Mm.
All Man United YouTubers, we're back. One result and I think they're bloody back.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But they did turn up, and the youngsters, which I predicted about Ten Hag, he will do well with his young players. He will motivate them and get them up for it. And I think they've done well. And they played well against Liverpool, and they looked like a proper team in that one game. And he made the big decisions too, Ten Hag. He left Maguire on the bench and Ronaldo. You know, he's big enough to do that. So I'm not hoping at all, actually. I just like Ten Hag, and I think he'll do better for them. I really do. I think they will improve under him. I just hope they don't improve too much. I don't want him to be too good.
If I'm going to say one thing about the Man United fan base, right, is they've got to be. I mean, and I don't want them to be because it's brilliant, but they've got to be patient with him. It can't all be done in one transfer window. It can't.
And they won't be. They won't be, Russell. You know them. They're delusional most of the time. So.
Rocker and Adams are a double pivot. It's the system that we use now. It was removed. Right. Sorry. Right.
It might have been an accident. You might have done it accidentally, Stu.
Honestly,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, right. Rocker and Adams are a double pivot. Right. Yeah, I get that bit of money, but on the left-hand side, we've got Sinistera, who's left, who plays on left. We've got Jack Harrison, who plays on left. Dan James, who plays on left. The balance of the squad, we haven't got anyone on the right who's the right.
I think Dan James is more the right, Stu.
Yeah, but he goes over to left if you watch games.
Yeah, I think he's right-footed, isn't he? He's more of a right footer.
So, but the problem is when he goes over to left, it's leaving our right exposed. Someone needs to get other Dan James and say, you stay on that. You stay on. If he's supposed to be right, tell him you stay on that right, not go drift over to left.
I think I've only ever think that if James goes to the other side, it's when the other player goes to the other side, so they're swapping. I couldn't imagine them. He's going to the left with Harrison, and then there's literally just that wouldn't be happening. You wouldn't have just the right back by himself, and then two wingers one side. He's probably swapping with Siniesta or Harrison or whoever's that side, but he wouldn't just be going that side and leaving his whole side exposed. That wouldn't happen in the game.
Well, let's watch. I mean, we can't watch again tomorrow because it's not on bloody Sky, is it?
Well, you can.
The 10 leads are doing well.
You can watch it if you want.
No, me and Lee are good boys.
Okay, I'll be watching that.
On your 17 iPads. The team needs more desire, and the new signings will bring that. So Moyes must start them from the next game. I agree with that. I'm ahead, but will he? The problem is when we know what he should do, but will he do it?
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will against Villa. I think you'll have to see Scamacca in the starting lineup for one, and then probably Cornet. Just not sure how he fits him in. Unless I think he could play Cornet on the left and give Ben Rama that 10 role for a game against Villa. Let him play there and have Cornet, Scamacca, and Bowen as your front three. I think that could work.
You see, I'd love to see Bowen and Scamacca up top on, working alongside together because Scamacca needs somebody to work off. And who better than Antonio?
Yeah, you need someone close to him, mate. Otherwise, it's a pointless signing. It really is. And the third goal in Viborg the other day, Russ, the second goal, whatever, the header from Scamacca, and he headed it, 15 yards to Cornet, who first time pass put Ben Rama in the clear. That's what you need. You need someone near Scamacca. If we play him like an Allaire up front on his own with, two wide players, it'll be absolutely pointless. It just won't work. You've got to get someone close to him. So we'll see.
Archie Gray, how old is he?
Archie Gray is 16.
And
Is he 16, Russell?
Yeah, he won't go to Man City.
Man City's interested, apparently.
No, he won't. Well,
Yeah, it's just on his GCSEs. He's right. The encyclopedias with me. Yeah, it's just past his GCSEs as Archie Gray.
And he's played in the Premier. Has he played in the Premier League?
not yet. He
Oh,
to be honest with you, he's a good prospect, but because he's his dad's Eddie Gray, and
yeah.
that's why he wouldn't go to Man City right now, because of this. I don't think the family would even let him. To be honest with you, they can sniff, but they won't get him. Let's give the guy some breathing space. You know what I mean? He shouldn't really be hovering around the bench. To be honest with you, at 16, so he's a project under 21 for me.
Yeah.
I like the Leeds kit with the USA flags, US. And Amani straight away. Lawrence, there isn't one.
I've seen it too. It's a nice kit, actually.
And then Alice says, Lawrence, which one? And then Lawrence Watkins says, Amani, not yet, laugh out loud. Third kit looks good. Like the combination of yellow and black. I also like the new second kit.
Cieran, was the kit that you didn't like, was it the one that we wore against?
No.
I like that.
Because
I was going to say, I like that.
I quite like the orange kit.
I like
but
it.
I just don't know. It looks like it should be on Blackpool. That's all. But I do like the kit itself. But it just looks weird on being a West Ham kit.
My missus saw it because I said to her, "Oh, this kit here." I said, "I don't know if this is the one that Cieran liked," but I think, and as soon as she saw it, she went, "It don't look like a West Ham kit, though." I said, "Yeah, it's nice though. I like it."
I suppose the third kit's meant to be that, isn't it? A bit off the wall and not really, the norm that we do. So, I mean, they've achieved that. I quite like it. But like I said, if I saw Blackpool in it, I'll go, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Could be a first team kit for Blackpool.
Alison saying, sorry, man is saying Lawrence never will be, and then Lawrence has never said ever.
Look, Lawrence, you've tried to put your flag and every bit of ground all over Asia, and it never worked. So there's no point in trying to come to England.
Evening, Holy Ghost.
Hiya, Holy Ghost, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and family are well as can be. Amani says never in capital letters with apostrophes. I think Amani's getting a bit angry with Brother Lawrence.
Oh.
I heard that they are going to play some matches in New York. It'd be nice if they did have a pre-season in America, wouldn't it, Russell?
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I thought it was about West Ham. It's going to happen. It's got to happen, hasn't it? Because I heard that Leeds have actually been bumped up in their TV things, haven't they? They've actually pushed away Man City and Chelsea, and we're like, I think their networks, or they kind of they have levels, don't they? Leeds are like level 2, where we're shown, but we're not like the prime slots. But we've been put, because of Marsh, Harrison, and Adams, we've been pushed up to the number 1 slot. Because I think there's a lot of interest in Leeds. So I'll be surprised if we don't do a tour at Leeds with the American connections. It's quite clever in the sense of pushing the brand. I mean, if you can crack America, you're flying, aren't you? So
you didn't do too bad in Australia, did you? You've done all right.
No, but I mean, commercially, America's top, aren't they?
Yeah.
Them in the Chinese market, I presume, they're probably the best ones to hit. So, or the Asian market, shall we say?
I don't understand these new American fans supporting Man United 3 years ago, then Chelsea next year. Now we have 2, I repeat, 2 American players. Then they suddenly support Leeds.
You're getting territorial. I'll tell you what that is, and I find this quite fascinating with Americans. You know how us English, we kind of will only support our clubs. I've noticed that in America, they support the players. So they go club to club, they follow the player rather than who they play for. So if Harrison's at Leeds for 2 years, they'll support Harrison and Leeds. If he moves on to Chelsea, they'll go, oh, well, he's at Chelsea, I'll support Chelsea. They follow the player more than who's playing for.
Yeah. And as well as, it doesn't help in America for fans when the owners 1 year will move your ground from New York to fucking Florida.
Yeah, that's true.
which they do a lot there, don't they? Seem to just up pitch and move somewhere else.
But
yeah,
our American fans, they're not wishy-washy. Once they pick West Ham, they're West Ham.
Yeah.
Lawrence and Wally's testament to that. And all the American hammers.
Yeah, but do you have many Americans kind of playing for you guys?
We've had some. We had Jonathan.
Have you had like the Americans
Not really.
we got for us, they're like Harrison's like the new picture boy. He's going to be, and then you got the captain of the national team.
Yeah.
See
No,
what
we
I'm
had the goalkeeper, didn't we? We had a Canadian and we had another goalkeeper was American, I think. But no, we've not had a lot of American players.
Jonathan Spector, American.
Yeah.
Was it like 99, wasn't it?
Don't worry, mate. We was we took a part on the Americans when no one else did. How about that? When it wasn't fashionable.
We had Eddie Lewis. He was American. 2004, 5.
Yeah, Spector was way before that.
we could have Pulisic by the end of the window. Who knows?
That would be good.
Ooh.
Why do clubs need a third kit? Isn't it just a money spinner?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's only that because two kits. You're never going to clash with another team because you just wear one. Yeah, so yeah, it is a money thing.
Of course it is. Do you know why they even had a second kit?
You would assume because of the kit clash.
Yeah, but black and white television. You had to distinct. Even when they were a little bit, they were different, you could tell. But on black and white television, you had to distinguish between the two teams. So that's, if I remember rightly, I could be just making that up. But I'm saying they had a second kit because on telly you had to make sure one was completely different to the other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I tell you, coming away from football a bit of sport. What really had to watch on black and white tellies, and that was snooker.
Oh yeah,
snooker would have been really difficult to watch on TV.
No, I used to watch it on black and white. The commentator would tell you what board they're going for.
I'm good, right. Lawrence says Leeds US. He says at all-timer man. He says it to me as well.
Winding her up, Lawrence. For God's sake.
She says, I didn't support Leeds United. They chose me. Most of
that's the way to go. You get chosen, mate. You
never understand that, and that is the fact. It is football. Yeah, a club. Yeah, we don't choose a club. A club chooses us. Do you know what I mean? I didn't wake up and think like I was going to be a Leeds fan. You know what I mean? Leeds picked me, and it's true. It's very true. Leeds picked me, and I took Leeds to a game, and I let that. The club chose Leeds.
You said it would get Leeds, would you?
As well.
If you're going to be choosing, you choose a team that's successful. So,
See, Amani, we live in Bradford, and all Bradford City fans are Man United fans in disguise. And Valley Parade's their theatre of dreams because they can't get to Manchester. That's true truth and all. Amani Farlow from Leeds. From the vids I've seen, Americans are not Leeds United fans. They are American fans. The three just happen to be Leeds. I'm nearly caught up, guys. I'm up to 50. I'm about 10 minutes behind.
That's right.
Back in the Riviera, the Leeds third kit was all red. Leeds wore the shirts, red shirts and white shorts. Socks in the 1971 in the City's Fair Cup final against Juventus.
Do you remember Leeds in red, Cieran?
No, I don't. I do remember they put that little thing on their socks with the number on. Do you remember that? It was a little flaggy thing that they put on their socks with their number on.
What,
I bet Mally
because they were fed up of losing bloody socks and changing
their
them,
shirt
so
number?
they won't still be on them.
Yeah, I think it was their shirt number, right? But it went on with elastic band on the
Oh,
top of their shirt and hung down their leg. And I think it was just another accessory to sell, really, you know, to the kids.
wow.
I'm pretty sure that it was Leeds.
Russell Harrison's goal was fed from James on the left.
Yeah, because that's when they close down, when they kind of go to the sides of the pitch. So that would generally kind of go back into the form of James on the right. James is generally on the right, Harrison's going to be on the left, Sinisterra is going to be on the left, and James on the right, unless they swap over. I mean, if you kind of got like this chaos football, which Marshy said, there will be times where they're probably pressing a lot to the left and it can break up where someone feeds them from the left. But in general, James is going to be on the right for the majority of the game. Like, so you get the moment, sometimes you get players and they pop up in weird positions, but for 85%, 90% of the game, James won't be on the left-hand side. He'll be on the right-hand side.
That's a good comment by Tom Rogers. Sometimes tactically, it's good to put a right-footed player on the left and vice versa. They can cut inside more easily.
Hmm.
Well, West Ham always do that. Inverted wingers.
You see, just one quickly on that point. I remember when I was playing Sunday league football and playing on the right wing, and then we had a left foot on the left wing. But our manager left it to us at whichever point in the game to just switch flanks. So in any one game, you know, I might be on the left for, you know, half of the game and on the right. You understand? So you're not so predictable because, you know, playing on your favorite side, you're more crosses and that's going to come in. But on your cutting in and that, then it's more, you know, shots and chances created. So I just think that, you know, we used to do that and he used to leave it to us. Like, you know, especially if I took a corner from the right, then I might use that time. All right, I'll stay here for a while. You understand? So I don't know why. I don't really see professional clubs doing that. And it kind of makes it, you know, harder for the opposition because they're getting used to who they're marking. You know, this guy is a left foot on the left hand side. Yeah, I just don't get why clubs don't do it more. And yeah, which I'd love to see that, especially at West Ham. I'd love to see players, you know, switching and having the same impact on the right as they are on the left hand side and causing sort of mayhem for defenders.
I am a West Ham fan, an American, and they are no Americans.
And they are no Americans.
There's no Americans in the West Ham team, is what you say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And there never was when Lawrence was supporting West Ham.
Right.
I love that they are getting into football, Big Mallet, and it's nice to have fans from the USA. I just don't think it hits them in their hearts like it does us. Can't work, can't sleep, etc.
No. Oh, that's like anything, yeah. Especially you look at the Mexican fans; they definitely follow the player, you know, not the team. Mexico go mad when you get one of their players in your team. You've got masses of them. Even when we signed Souček and Soufal on the only them West Ham channels on their chat, all of a sudden a lot of Slavia Prague supporters came on the West Ham things. You know, happy for Souček and Soufal to be doing so well at the time, and yeah, they sort of took an interest in West Ham. Then that's all it is. They do follow the players because they're homegrown.
Amani Fairlove, I'm getting errors from YouTube and comments are failing. I've just had 2 so far. Just copy and paste the comment and it goes through.
Oh, that's what must have happened then. Because the only 2 that needed authorizing was Hammerheads, I think, because he said the word bastard or and then you just got to authorize it as a moderator.
Sinisterra is a good example of an opposite-footed winger. He is a right-footed but plays on the left. Usually this enables him to cut in, but he also plays on the right.
So what do you think that means? Because we're expecting Sinisterra to take James's place. So who goes on the right out of Harrison and Sinisterra?
Options. You got a squad.
But they're both kind of left. They both traditionally play on the left, so it'd be interesting to see who moves where when that happens, because that will happen. I think Sinister will take James's place, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because Harrison's playing well on the left, so Sinister could probably end up on the right.
Archie Gray is now doing his A-levels. Well, congratulations to Archie Gray, and hope he does really well in them. Alison says, yeah, my brother lives in Washington, D.C. We're all over the sports channels.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
I was about to say, that's a good thing.
Yeah, good for commercial reasons.
USA is sleeping giant of football.
They're definitely getting better. I'm looking at this World Cup with England and America, and I'm starting to think, I think America could give us a really good game, because they've got some really good players, haven't they now?
Yeah, but they've been saying that about America for a lot of years, though.
I was about to say that. I think they've had. I don't know much about this team, but they've had decent teams in the past, and yeah, they always think that they're sort of one step away, and it's never materialized.
Yeah. No, they seem to have a lot of players playing for big clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like Dortmund and a lot of European leagues. Harrison's good. You got Pusic. You got Raya, Dortmund. I think you got fullback at Forest, one at Palace.
Well, they've got the numbers. They've got the numbers in America, haven't they, to produce a lot of good players because of the size of their population. And like Australia, at youth level, right, football, or soccer, as they call it here, soccer, but real people call it football. Football here is the most played sport at a young level. But then it isn't as they get older, you know, when they become teenagers and that. Then it's rugby league and AFL and rugby union. But at a young level, and America's the same, even though it's nowhere near the biggest sport there, at a child level, it's the most played sport in America. So it's only what percentage of them go on to play it and stick with it.
Yeah,
which
matters, probably a lot of migrate probably to the American sports, don't they? Like basketball, American football, and
baseball.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I want to, but now I've just remembered now that we're speaking about American playing football with the kids and stuff, and Sulla, she asked me about this, and I said I didn't know, but Sulla comes from Cornwall, which is near Newquay, which is part of the UK surfing world.
Yeah,
you know, everyone goes to Newquay to surf. How big surfing in Australia, Cieran?
Oh, it's massive, mate, massive here. And you'll find a lot of Australians end up in Cornwall and Newquay and all that, because that's where the surf is when they're in England. You know, all the travellers, they love to go to Cornwall and that because there is surf there. But yeah, it's a big thing here, big competitions for it. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of kids do it. If you live on a coastal town here, like when I lived on the Gold Coast, you'll find the kids are into these little surf clubs, right? You've got them dotted around all the beaches, all the way down the coast. Every sort of 3 miles, you'll have a surf club, and the kids join it, become members of it, and they teach them how to surf. They teach them how to be lifeguards. They teach them all these competitions as well that they're into, and they do it from a very young age. And they, most of them end up becoming lifeguards on the beaches, and a lot of them are volunteers to do the lifeguard stuff. But they're always surfing, and they're always big competitions here through the summer, massive.
Fair enough, because I knew it were a big thing. I just didn't realise how big it was.
Yeah. They
do start. When we living in the city, we don't have any seas at all, because we're in the centre of country. Do you know what I mean? So our surfing, skateboarding.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because the kids, it's great for the kids here to learn it, because people don't realise when you get a surf beaches, all down the East Coast here is surfing. It's like Surfers Paradise. That's the team I play for. So it's when you get a surf kind of beach where you lots to surf, it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous to swim in, and people don't realise that. It can suck you out so quickly. So all them kids learn so much, from the age of 5 onwards. and especially how to save someone if they get in trouble out there. And I'm talking, if you ever watch that Bondi Beach program, you'll see it. They could be 15 meters out from the edge, and they're going to drown.
That's crazy.
They're only 15 meters away because they can't get back in. The surf, as it comes in, it creates a tow that sucks you out. And when you start swimming against it, you start getting it, and then it'll pull you again. You're just getting rid of all your energy trying to fight it, and you will drown. And that's
the
why
best thing to do with that is just to go with it and kind of just lay on top of it rather than just trying to fight it.
Yeah, don't fight against it, mate. And I think I've told Titch this before. I got in. The guy I worked with, Big Jim, he'd been through all that from school. He used to be a lifeguard on the Gold Coast. He used to be a surfer. And when I first got in on the beach with him, he said to me, "Son, be careful, because you don't know how dangerous it is." I said, "What do you mean dangerous?" He said, "Look, I'm telling you now, if you get caught in a rip and it sucks you out, do not try and fight your way back in, because you'll be 5 meters from the edge to the beach, and all of a sudden you'll be 50 meters out. That's what'll happen to you." He said, and if that happens, and then you'll panic and you'll fight against it and you will drown. So what you do then is you swim along, because that rip's not everywhere. It might be because there's a gully in the ocean floor, and that's where the rip's coming. You just swim along till you get out of it, and just come in incrementally, a little bit, swim along a little bit. And it happened to me. I got sucked out once, and I had to swim about 300 meters along the beach to get in. I was miles up the beach. I felt like miles I was up the beach by the time I got to. But if it weren't for his advice, I was in serious trouble.
Wow.
Yeah. And tourists don't know it. That's the biggest problem. Tourists are getting saved every day here, 50 times a day, because they just don't know the rules and don't know how to deal with it all the time. It's dangerous.
Fucking flying here, man. Fucking annoying.
That's crazy.
I've got bigger flies. There you go.
I swear.
Amani Fair of Leeds can solve that by starting a franchise club in the USA, e.g. New York Leeds United or New York Peacocks. Tom Rogers, founded in 1919, why on earth would we do that? We are one of the biggest teams in the world, fact.
Oh.
Why can certain teams wear their first kit when playing away? Because it don't clash. Yeah. The colours don't clash. A top lads in the chat. I hope you're doing well.
We know.
He's happy. He's a nappy boy. He's Charlie.
TW, tell me we've signed him and we're not. It's it's not in the balance. Tell me it's happening, and I'll be delighted.
Exactly. Confirmed.
Glad the man who understands all Americans through processes cheering for a certain team, sport and team. Alison, we are a giant awakening again. Your bro better get used to watching us and highlights of Liverpool soon. Laughing on their head off. Charlie, my boy. BigMallys says, I can remember Leeds in red and the sock tags.
So he knows them socks.
The sock tags, that's it, Mally. Yeah, I knew he'd remember. Yeah, they were different. The kids loved them, mate. They thought of what an accessory this is to have that on your sock leg.
Oh, Tom remembers as well.
Tom remembers as well. Wow. Alison says, Alison's laughing at Amani. He was raging about Scum beating them. He full-timed me with loads of Leeds fans in an Irish bar where they're meeting up. we were big in Ireland as well, weren't we? Leeds. We still are, but that was because of like Ian, Gary Kelly and Ian Hart and stuff, wasn't it?
I think before that as well.
It was Leeds. Yeah, true enough, Titch, true enough. It was Don Revy's idea.
Was it?
I didn't.
Hello, fellow chaps. Oh, hello, fellow chaps. Yeah, do you know something? He was supposed to be home. He went running back to girlfriend after a day. He couldn't cope. Next morning, it was that night when we did prediction show. He'd gone back to work. Bless him.
Young love.
We've changed locks without telling him. Yeah, although I agree with Russell regarding swapping wings, it happened with Rafinha and Harrison, but does not happen with James and Harrison.
Well, in that theory, James will be on the right for a lot of the game then. If it doesn't happen as much, I guess.
Leeds in America is getting so big they are putting Leeds games ahead of Man City and Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah, well, that's what I said earlier. It's good. That's good. I mean, like I say, from a commercial point, probably being Americanized. I mean, you get the purists still hate it, but if you're thinking business, it's all good, aren't it? Really, isn't it? So.
On Titch's point about wingers switching, that's one of the things that I liked on Thursday. Kone had freedom to move around and switched it up.
Well, I didn't watch that game. I saw the goals, as a highlight. So yeah, that's interesting because I didn't watch it. And funny story is, yeah,
sometimes Corner was on the left, sometimes he was on the right. He did move about a bit.
See, I didn't see it. And the funny thing is, I'd scheduled a watch along, thinking it was on BT, and literally, I was setting up, and then Stuart phoned me. He said, "You do know the game's not." I was like, "What?" So yeah, I didn't watch it. All I saw was the highlights of the goals, after. So yeah, I didn't know that, Charlie, that Cornet was operating on both wings, which is a good thing to hear.
Are you doing a watch along for the Sunday game?
Sunday, West Ham. West Ham's not on. I don't think we're not on.
They're not on Sky.
I'm doing one tomorrow for the.
Oh, are they playing tomorrow? Are they?
No. I'm doing Southampton, Man United. I always, not always, but I started doing the early ones.
I like popping into those ones. They're quite good right now.
Yeah.
USA could take off as a footballing power due to Hispanic immigration. Surprised that has not already happened. As you say, Mexico is a major footballing nation with a very good domestic league. Geezer, trust me, Americans cheer for the team and not just for the players. Some may, but not the true fans. Sad that it is not seen.
No, yeah, I agree with that. They do, but what I'm saying, they do like to follow their players. Like, I suppose if Rice went to Real Madrid, we'd be the same, wouldn't we? We'd like to take notice of how he's going and what he's doing. That's what my point is. I do believe that. I think the Americans do follow their teams, but they do like their homegrown players. They do like to follow them. More so the Mexicans. Mexicans are mad on that. One of their own makes it in one of the big European leagues, mate. They're all over it.
Do you know the most English way I can think of this actually? Do you remember when Gascoigne went to Lazio and then Channel 4 did Gazzetta Football Italia? That's a very similar kind of thing, isn't it?
Weren't that on before? Football Italia was on before Gaza went there, though.
No. They showed his first game, and because it was so successful, they then turned it into like what it became. But they only did it. They were only meant to do it as a one-off, but it was very popular, just to show Gascoigne played in Italy. So it's a similar kind of thing, I guess, isn't it?
It was similar, Russ, and not just because Gaza really, because he was, everyone loved him in the England team. It weren't just Newcastle or Tottenham fans. It was all England fans wanting to see how he was doing. So yeah.
Didn't David Plate go over to Italy as well?
Yeah, Des Walker, you had Platt, Gascoigne.
Paul Ince went.
Paul Ince, yeah. But I think Gascoigne was the one that really, because he had the most interest. But
Liam
Brady, yeah.
He was Irish.
AC Milan. Yeah, but it came from Arsenal to Milan.
Wait there, don't forget the big one.
Juventus. He went to Juventus first.
John Charles from Leeds went to Juventus. One of their best players ever.
Yeah.
Who else?
No, there's a player. Yeah, a lot went to Leeds.
Alison Paul, bless him, I bet it was sick to his stomach. I think she's referring to Alisson's brother.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Tom Rogers, Leeds right winger. It tended to be Rodrigo Poveda has faded. It's a competition now between James and Somerville, possibly with Rodrigo slotting back into that position when Bamford plays. Look, I don't think Bamford's going to just walk into this team when he's fit. I'm sorry, I don't.
I wouldn't want Rodrigo on the wing, though. Would you? Definitely.
No. I'd rather Rodrigo play alongside Bamford, or just actually, I'd have Bamford playing behind Rodrigo, if I'm honest.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Harrison's. I think Harrison's the man to play that behind whoever's the forward now. I don't think you could drop Harrison from that position. He's so good in it.
Yeah,
he gets into great positions as well. So
Bam is made of glass. Luckily, if he starts 6 games this year, I agree, Amani. I do. I think he's broken. I do.
Yeah, you got to put your hands up now and say, look, we need to get someone else in.
I agree.
Well, it's just whether the board want to do it, and it's frustrating for his fans because we're all banging a drum, but it's only the powers that be can do it, isn't it? So,
and I think this was the point that we're trying to make about the the rice. It's coming from the West Ham and the Chelsea YouTube community. The main YouTubers and stuff who are banning Trump, sort of thing, because they can see that something's not right at Chelsea. Tom Rogers on recent team news, Aronson has been put as a right winger. Sorry. He was a man. He hates them. Leeds fans cheered him up, though. Yorkshire humour. Right. Paolo Mandini. He was left-footed, played at left back and left centre back, but he used to go forward as well. He also learned mid-career to play with his right foot and became a right back and a right centre back.
Quality
as well.
player.
Played on the right wing.
Yeah, Maldini's quality. Basketball. And basketball as well. Basketball, yeah, it's nowhere near the national sport. Basketball, baseball, NFL is ahead of football in America.
I bet even the rice soccer is as well, isn't it?
It's in certain states. That's the other thing. Certain states it is.
But nationally, baseball, NFL, and basketball is way, that's the main sport. Yeah.
Good evening, Leeds 2022. Hope you're doing well.
Evening, Leeds 2022.
22. How you going, bro?
It's good. How are we all? We're all good, thank you. Mutual disrespect, Alison, with a smiley face. Shout out Big Jim on his suggestions.
What's that? Big Jim.
I don't know what it is.
No, I don't know. Shout out to Big Jim and his sage.
Well, we've missed it. Whatever it is.
Yeah, we've all missed it.
We're about to go into about 7.
Right. It'll come back.
It'll come back. I'm sure it'll come back. Anyway. It is football. Soccer is a short form abbreviation for the word association. You do not play association, you play football. In fact, I always thought though soccer were an English word.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it was. Or is.
Yeah.
But we just call it football, don't we?
Mm.
Yeah, I think it was an abbreviation. She's right. And that's how it was used.
BigMallys, I believe Aronson can play practically anywhere in midfield except anchor. Hermione Fairlove, I know I'm half kidding, but City Football Group have set up brought feeder clubs abroad.
I have. We've got them here in Australia, Melbourne. They've got one.
Tom Rogers, Red Bull do a lot of what I dislike. Barry clubs rename them, change their kits, etc. It stinks. Football is for the fans, not for the money men. Aye, Russell. On switching for Sinistéri's goal, he drifted across from the right to more on the left, and I think this caught out Barnsley. He reminded me a bit of Brolin, the way he plays.
I hope he doesn't end up like Brolin.
Yeah, I know. It's a pity that West Ham have made all these signings so late in the transfer window. They should have followed Leeds' example and signed those players earlier so that they could have all blended in earlier.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Good evening, Michael. Hope you're doing well. Right, the amount of extra views we got as Amma's chat when Xavier Hernandez played well or scored was hilarious. We've had 3 videos get over 100,000 views. All of them Hernandez goals and celebrations.
Yeah. There you go. That's the point I was making earlier with CW there. When Hernandez came to West Ham, the amount of Mexican support in all these big channels like Charlie and Hammer's chat just was unbelievable, and got massive views from Mexico because of it. You know, because they love their players, mate. They really do love their homegrown players.
I believe John Charles is still our second highest goal scorer behind Lorimer.
Well, I'm not sure about
that.
Yeah.
There's a name.
But he was weird, wasn't he? Because I've watched quite a few things about him. They're saying he was just as good in defence as he was in attack, basically. He said he was like one of the best in the world in both positions. And he played for Leeds when we were like the second league, Division 2. So
John Charles apparently was a phenomenon. I think he was one of the first. He was one of the first to go abroad. I think. I remember. I think he was the first one to get over there and make it big time. He was an amazing player, apparently.
Yeah, Juventus loved him, didn't they? I think they still hold him in massive regard.
Yeah.
High Leeds 2022. Right. I think one of the major problems with Chelsea is that they have new owners and some transfers are questionable. 60 million for Anthony Gordon is a joke. And I thought they would have learnt from Ross Barkley.
Yeah. See, Chelsea, what annoys me with Chelsea or teams outside, you look at that Ziyech, he came from Ajax. He was absolutely flying at Ajax, weren't he? Phenomenal, doing really well there. Goes to Chelsea, it's just absolutely kills you. Some players, they buy him when they're hot and then never play him, and they just come out the other end just completely shite.
Timo Werner were another player.
Ross Barkley was good when he went to Chelsea, and he's crap.
He was good.
Do you know who the first? Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute. The first player under that Abramovich revolution was Joe Cole. At West Ham, he could have been like a Zidane, or he went there and they just stifled him. He became the step over was so stiff. He was a basic player, and all of his natural ability, what they brought him to the club for, they knocked out of him. And for me, they spoiled him. Yeah, he won trophies and that, but they spoiled him. He could have been, like I said, England's Zidane. And I followed him from the youth team. And then, once I saw what Chelsea done to him, I just thought, you've ruined him as a footballer, not his career, obviously. But yeah, so they've been doing this from once Abramovich came in with players.
Mm. I tell you what, I've got a question for you, Street. All right. Lionel Messi, right, scored his first goal for Barca, senior goal at 17.
Yeah.
Who got the assist for it?
Was it Ronaldinho?
Well done, Russell.
Was it Ronaldinho? Yeah.
I just got to see it on YouTube the other day. I went, wow, Ronaldinho made him the goal. Yeah,
I thought it was.
Good pick. No, anyway, carry on.
All right. The legend spoken. We'll carry on. Right, from what I am hearing of the Europa League, Europa Conference League and Champions League, group games will be all completed before World Cup starts. A big strain on teams competing in Europe.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to worry about that. So it's over to you, West Ham guys.
Yeah.
This is, I factored this into our season not being as good as the last two because of, all of these ingredients. And that was one of them, that we have to play all of these games plus 2 qualifiers, which obviously we have got through. So, yeah, West Ham's going to play a lot of games before that World Cup.
Yeah.
Liam's come up with obviously the transfer sounds insane, but do you think Leeds could possibly buy Pulisic from Chelsea? Yeah, he's not getting regular game time, so you could probably get him for cheap. Tuchel does not want him.
You won't get him cheap.
No,
I think Leeds could get him, but I don't know if we need a player like that. I think we're pretty stocked up where it's like Ben Rama. I seem quite similar to Ben Rama, and as much as I'd like him, I think we still need a proper forward rather than Pulisic. So I think if Leeds really wanted it, they could probably get him because of the American connection to Marsh and all that sort of stuff. But I don't think we need Pulisic.
Tom Rogers says, Michael Brown, good news for Leeds since we're not in Europe this season. And then he says, Liam Stephen Pulisic will be a great signing and another American who could gel quickly with this Leeds squad. Tom Rogers then says, John Charles Welshman, I think he was a coal miner originally or had the family background. And he was also a serious singer. He returned to play for Leeds after his stint with Juventus.
Yeah.
John Charles Welshman, he also was a singer. He was also a singer on the side, returned to play after his stint with Juventus.
Yeah, maybe his name was maybe had the secret side of him was Tom Jones. Maybe we never realised.
Or Ziggy Stardust or something.
Yeah, maybe it was Tom Jones in disguise. That was alter ego.
Well, guess what, guys? You aren't going to believe it.
You're up to date.
I'm up to date with comments. Yep.
Wow. Well, fair enough.
Well,
That's good.
How good's
So
that?
what? I mean, we obviously we did our prediction show, so the weekend's football. Looking forward to it. We've got a lot of games coming up this week, haven't we? It's going to be three fixtures. So that's loads of football for next week. We'll have to see where it's going to be interesting when we do the show next Friday because, Leeds could lose 2. We could go drop down. West Ham could win 2. You could push right up.
Yeah, because we didn't include the Tuesday fixtures, did we?
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a good point. Never thought of that.
We'll have to
We'll have to see what Titch says about that.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Is there some game
Oh,
on some
yeah.
Wednesdays as well?
Yeah.
We should have really done it on that one, shouldn't we? Done it all together, maybe. Good point. Yeah, Titch, he's come up with a good point.
God, we might have to
I
go
know we
again.
should.
We might have to go again tomorrow morning.
I think
I won't be able to fit it in, I would.
Yeah, it was up on one Wednesday.
He's back in Titch. He's got his headphones in.
Yeah, man.
We've just been saying we're going to be a week behind with fixtures, Titch.
Why?
Because this game's on Tuesday and Wednesday, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, shit.
For that prediction. Unless we could just send them in maybe just through like a WhatsApp as pictures rather than go on the show. We'll just have to because we might be able to organise it. We could just maybe send in our results.
Yeah, but the thing is, we could still Tuesday is the earliest. You said, yeah.
Well, the fixtures start Tuesday, don't they?
And
Unless you want to do it tomorrow night, your time, and get it done.
yeah, I don't mind that. So yeah, it's up to you. But I don't mind, because I need a couple of days. But yeah, if we film it early enough, then I can get it out still.
Okay.
Because I was busy this week.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now Man United won against Liverpool. Do you think it will give the team the boost they need? What Man United? Do you know what I think? I think whenever Man United play Liverpool, they step it up 5 to 10% anyway, regardless of how well they're doing in that specific time of the season. Let's just see what happens when they play. They've got. Who did they play? Southampton tomorrow, don't they? At dinner time.
Yes.
I think if they don't beat Southampton, there's something seriously wrong.
I can't.
Yeah, they've got to back it up.
I think what makes me laugh with Man U, they've got like a central defender. He's only 5'9". I mean, surely that he can't continue. You know, he's 5'9" in central defence. That's going to be exploited massively, isn't it?
I think is it Varane who covers really well for him. Varane did all aerial work and Martinez did all groundwork.
Yeah, but there's going to be times when the ball's coming in and Varane isn't going to be there. It's going to be Martinez versus you got Ivan Toney on him or Harry Kane. Surely he's going to get beat in the air by one of those, isn't he?
Oh, right. Wasn't a coal man? I just checked. Confused him with somebody else, but he was a singer. Hang on, I'll find a link. Cheers, Tom. Nah, it was a blip. They will return to their losing ways over the weekend.
That's what I'm hoping for.
What do you all think of the Champions League group? I find it a bit controversial. Haaland versus Dortmund and Lewandowski versus Bayern Munich.
Does Liam think it's a conspiracy? Is that what you're saying? Do you think it's been kind of rigged?
I don't know. Too early to say about Man United or anybody, in my opinion. Yeah, because it's only 3 games in, isn't it? Let's be fair. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? It's 3 games in. It's like Arsenal. Arsenal fans are getting their knickers in a twist. I mean,
they do look good, though, Arsenal. I think they look fantastic. I think Arsenal
teams who they were expected to beat.
I think you could say Arsenal have had the best window. I think signings wise. I mean, if you're going to rank on transfers, I think Arsenal are well up there. They've had such a good window. They've really signed well.
So I don't think there's been a bad window for any team with players who they've brought in. I think every team's been active.
Leicester.
Leicester, there's serious problems. At
Bournemouth,
Leicester.
they've not really they haven't really done much, have they? Bournemouth.
Do you know who's that new player that Newcastle meant to be buying?
The Swedish guy, Eckel. They signed him.
Cieran, you must have seen him. Did you see him in the Euros? And he looked.
What was his name?
Isaac.
Yeah. No, but I might have done. I can't remember. But apparently, some rave reviews about him.
Yeah.
Top player.
I think he's a good player, man. And Stuart has said that Wilson's out, so he may well just go straight into their team now that Wilson's injured for a while. I don't know how long.
Wow.
I must say, Martinez did well with Liverpool. His lack of height is a vulnerability, though.
Yeah, but I mean, at 5'9", he's going to be exploited big time, isn't it? So I mean, he did against Brentford. I just think Liverpool didn't exploit it. I mean, Brentford exploited it hugely. I just don't get 5. You think of that as a wing back or full back, don't you? You see a 5'9" centre back, it's like what? Surely that's a target for most teams.
But Cannavaro was probably shorter than that, and Cordoba, who played for Inter, he was like 5'6" or 5'7" as a centre back. Was it Cordoba? Ivan Cordoba. So, and you know what is a lot of it is you got to think, Russell, yeah. Just because one's 5'9" and one's 6'2", it doesn't mean a lot of the time the 5'9" guy can actually jump higher than the 6'4" guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know about his spring and his leap and that, but sometimes it's not really an issue because of the way that they can actually jump.
Tim Cahill was testament to that.
Yeah.
So many headers he scored. What a leap he had.
I think he was a bit taller though, wasn't he?
No.
Tim Cahill.
He was not too tall at all.
You sure?
Yeah, I would say 5'10".
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
About 5'10".
I met Tim Cahill last year, about 18 months ago, and had a photo taken with him. Stood next to him. Yeah, I'm 5'10". And we're probably the same height.
Yeah. So
Actually, I might have been taller because I had a hat on.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think he's. I've not. I thought he was fairly. Yeah, not too big.
I guess with Cahill, he's an attacking midfielder. I just think as a defender, central defender, you're going to be coming up against. Can you imagine that Man United defender against Haaland? I mean, in all seriously, I think he's like.
To
What's it,
be fair, Haaland, Haaland's all about. It's mainly about ball to feet and him running with ball at his feet, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's 6'4". I mean, in general, you're going to come up against some pretty big boys, aren't you?
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah, Arsenal do look good, but they have not played a top 6 team yet. So wait until they play one. I think I'm holding my judgment. I think Leicester and Brentford are having problems in the transfer window.
I wouldn't say Brentford. I think Brentford have recruited quite well. Damsgaard. Who did they sign? They signed Damsgaard, Lewis Potter, the Hull guy.
They signed Hickey, the right back.
Wing back, yeah. Ben Mee. Brentford have just been quite solid. I think my prediction of them is 19 is going to blow up in my face. Even though they did lose against Fulham, I actually think they're going to be quite. Looking at it now, thinking, shit, I think they're going to be safe. So.
Manny says, Arsenal are the only team that concern me. I feel like we can get points from any other team, but they were here.
Yeah, Arsenal look good.
Yeah, they look good. They got a good team. They've got good players. I think they'll do all right.
Alexandra Isaac is a Swedish player.
Oh, one of yours, Harmony. Is he one of yours?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Cieran, 5'10", Tim Cahill, 5'10".
Yeah. There you go.
I think
I want to check how they are right now. So as well, because I'll see how big he was. Kind of.
I think Isaac is a great signing for Newcastle. He's still young and can only get better if he plays all the time.
He's a good
Tottenham
player.
and Arsenal look the best so far.
I think Arsenal have looked better than Spurs.
I think so.
They've looked better than them.
Spurs got away with it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Morning, Paul. Sorry.
Yeah, Cannavaro is the same height, 5'9". 5'9". But obviously, he's very good in his positional and play stuff, weren't he? He's very good at that. Whether this other guy's at Man United is going to be on his level, I guess we'll find out.
But he was a player what Arsenal wanted as well, to be fair to Man United. Arsenal wanted Martinez as well.
Mm.
So, he's a player who were highly wanted.
I mean, if I was a coach, I don't know if you guys, but I would definitely be targeting him. I'd be looking, you just sit on him. You just sit on that small one for a while.
Cieran, do you remember, and you actually, do you remember even Cordoba?
Yeah, I follow. I have a big soft spot for Inter Milan.
Remember the name?
Yeah, Inter Milan and Colombia. Anyway, sorry, he was 5'8", but when you see him on the pitch at the back, he did look really small. But yeah, he's only 5'8".
Mm. Yeah, you don't get many though, do you? You're few and far between them that small.
Yeah.
Right, I think the best window so far has to be between Arsenal and Spurs. Should Everton be ready to lose Richarlison and Gordon in the same window?
I don't know, because I think they'll put the money back in. They already are, aren't they? With Mopé and Diaz. So I think if they sold Gordon, they'll definitely reinvest a lot of money. So I don't know what to make out of Everton, because I do look at them and go, well, actually, they're a bit of an odd team. I look at some of the players and go, they've actually got some good players in like that player they signed, Oana, looks pretty good. I think Cody and Targoski are quite,
Dwight McNeil.
You know, sorry?
Dwight McNeil.
Yeah, they're an odd team. I'm just hoping because they got Lampard, it implodes. So I think they got pretty good individuals, but I don't know. I don't know what to make out of Everton.
No.
See you later, Leeds 2022.
Oh yeah, see you later. Cheers.
I think Lampard's the problem there, not the players. I don't think that. I don't
Which is
believe he'll
great.
do it. For,
Yeah, because I can't stand Lampard, so it's good there. He could be the problem. He is hilarious, isn't he, Lampard? I just find him funny to look at. I find his interviews funny, his persona. He's so up his own arse. It's hilarious to watch. You know what I mean? He loves it, doesn't he? You know.
Well, Everton have spent the most money some players I've never heard of, but I still don't feel like they are going to survive. Tom Rogers says, I say Tottenham and Arsenal out of the rest. Man City probably on course again. I haven't got into accepting that Leeds are good.
It's a mirage. Leeds are right now. We're a mirage.
Could be up there with Man City, Arsenal, and Tottenham.
Who's that? Who does Tom support? Is he a Leeds fan?
He's a Leeds fan, it's Tottenham, yeah.
Oh no, we'll tail off. I mean, I look at the league and then he's a little bit worried because it looks so false right now. I'm just thinking, yeah, those teams aren't going to stick around at the bottom for long. I would feel a lot more comfortable if Fulham, Bournemouth, and Forest were in the bottom three. I'd be like, yeah, that's how it should be. But because they picked up points, I'm like, oh, God's sakes. So I don't see.
Manny says that Spurs have had an awful window nowhere near Arsenal's.
I don't know. They signed Basuma. They signed Basuma.
Richarlison.
Richarlison.
They signed Perisic. They've had a really good window.
Yeah,
as
I
well,
think they've been solid. Definitely solid.
Leicester have to sell beforehand. Before they can buy. If Chelsea eventually get a Leicester defender, then Leicester might have a late flurry on recruiting players before the deadline.
Yeah, but why are they having to? I don't understand why Leicester are in this position. What's going on with Leicester in the sense? Why are they having to sell before they buy? And that what worries me. Aren't we modelling us on Leicester? We don't want to end up like this, do we? I don't really understand why they haven't got much money to spend. They've been in the Premiership a long time. They get TV rights each year.
I know they spent a lot of money on the training ground and around the stadium.
But I thought that was paid for by Maguire and all that. I thought most of that was paid by for the big transfers they let out, like Harry Maguire. I don't know. I'm confused by Leicester. Really confused to why they're in this kind of weird position when it comes to transfers.
What hasn't helped them though, Russell? To be fair, is they sign a player with a 5-year extension. And then 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, his head's not in the right place, and he wants to go to Chelsea.
That's just the modern player, isn't it? I don't agree with how he's dealt with it personally. I think it's pretty bad that he's just basically stamping his feet, isn't he, until he gets his move.
I've heard of Mopé who is good, but I can't. But he can also be greedy and inconsistent at times. He's a typical striker, isn't he? All strikers are greedy. Everyone's saying nanite to each other. And then I think Lampard just had a lucky first job at Derby, called in a few favours to make it look like he was a good manager. And when he went to the Premier, he has to be one of the worst managers in the Premier League. I thought he did well for Chelsea because... Remember, when he went to Chelsea, they couldn't buy nobody. So he got a group of youth. He relied on youth, and they got him Champions League.
Here's a quick question for everyone then, in the comments now. Steve Gerrard, what are we thinking about him right
now?
Not much.
Steven Gerrard. So is that what you said? Sorry.
Yeah, Steven Gerrard. Overrated, underrated. Because he's got a lot of good players there, and they're not that. His record at Liverpool, Villa's pretty poor.
You see, you don't manage Rangers. He went all season at Rangers and stopped Celtic's run over 10 years or something, 10 consecutive. Trophies, Premier League titles, but I don't think he's a bad manager. I think he's a better manager than Lampard is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the difference is like any manager in any league that's not the Premier League. He was having about half a dozen tough games a year up in Scotland that were must win. In the Premier League, it's every week. Every week's a tough game, and it doesn't matter who you play. Brighton, Bournemouth, they're all tough games to win. So I think the reality now is he's got to be more consistent in his results, and whether he can achieve that, who knows? At the moment, he's not impressive, but he could get better.
BigMallys says that maybe Leicester's owners want to sell. It's too big for the Sun.
Yeah, but he's been there for a while, hasn't he? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just a weird situation. I don't understand why they're having to sell to buy. It's odd.
Well, makes you wonder whether Brendan Rodgers will be there that much longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine being a Leicester fan? You know, we're moaning about transfers. I mean, even well, not so much West Ham now. You're nice and content and happy, but imagine being a Leicester fan where you sign no one and in the bottom three. You'd be like, what's going on?
Leicester might want Maguire back now. Well, I've heard that Chelsea is sniffing around him. I can't believe that, but that's what people are saying. I can't see Chelsea going for Harry Maguire. Can you?
No. It would be funny. It would be quite funny. Not now they're getting for Fafana. That'll be them for the defenders, I think.
Well, I don't think his 80 million price tag's there anymore. Let's put that way.
Definitely not. No. You'll still get picked for England though, guarantee you.
Yeah.
Hoping for a sinister start tomorrow, and still time for the transfer that I dream of.
Yeah, I don't think so. I bet you we'll have the same team that we played Chelsea, but Sinisterra is getting very close to maybe coming on a bit earlier. It'll be Dan James, not Sinisterra. So, but he's going to be pushing. It's a nice option to have. It's a nice problem to have. So, and hopefully a transfer here or there. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to the deadline stream. I'm really looking forward to that one because I think it's going to be an exciting day for transfers.
Do you want to read that out for us, Russell?
Dan James to Histon. Or let's not talk Histon. Jesus.
67 pence an hour for Twix.
Histon. That was awful. I remember that day. I was like, oh no. Never going to live this one down. 1-0 to Histon. Good
night, Tom. Good night. You forgot about all you're missing from that is Mr. Good night, Mr. Tom. Remember that film? That was a brilliant film.
Yeah, it had Inspector Morse in it, didn't it?
John Thor, really good film.
Yeah. I hadn't seen it.
I think Stevie G is a better manager than Lampard, but I think he's around standard, would say over or underrated just because of the standard. Really, he has had a shaky start to the season, like all managers do.
Villa's like they're a big club, but it depends what their expectations are. I mean, I think all clubs like Leeds and West Ham and Everton and Villa, that really we should be trying to hit that top six. All them clubs should be trying. But it's a tough ask, the way it's set up now. It's such a tough ask. To me, there's every indication at least 5 of them 6 will be back there this season, and depending on whether Man United come good. So they should be aiming for that. But whether they can achieve it, who knows? Who knows, mate? Because Villa don't look that impressive to me. But all that Everton don't look impressive. We don't look impressive. Leeds have had a good start, but to get to that top 6 spot or challenge for it is a tough one.
I thought Villa would be doing far better considering the players they've bought, because they've signed well. But and you think, well, if you've got the players in but you're not playing well, that comes down to your manager. That's why I'm interested in West Ham now, because you've signed the players. And Moyes has proven it, but it's going to be interesting to see how you do now, because the next thing you guys will blame if it doesn't to get any better, we'll be your manager now. You're like, well, we've got the players.
Exactly,
It's the
yeah.
manager.
He'll be under serious pressure. We have to start improving. It's as simple as that. But we got to all them players we signed. Like I say, we played last week, and only one of them took the pitch. So now it's time to start bleeding them in and getting results. We just got to.
Right, well, look, guys, it's nearly 2 hours. I'm just going to quickly run through these comments and then we'll end it if you like.
Okay.
Leicester have issues with Tillemans and Fofana, and both are wanting to leave due to transfer speculation. Arsenal are keen on the Belgium. Both players did not feature in Leicester's previous match. Chelsea did inquire about Maguire, but Man United had blocked any communications about him. Are you doing the transfer show? Yes, we are, Alison. We are. That's Thursday, isn't it? Next Thursday, I think.
Oh, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Is it Wednesday, the deadline?
No, it's 1st of September.
1st of September.
Yeah, but the show you'll be doing it on the 31st, won't you? Be a Wednesday. The deadline will be the day before.
No, we're doing it on the day.
Yeah, you don't want to do it on the Thursday because the deadline would have been finished. You want to do it on the Wednesday, the 31st.
Right.
Yeah, don't do it on the Thursday because there's no deadline.
I thought it was deadline day, but 1st of September at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, but I think that's a Wednesday, isn't it?
No, Thursday.
Oh, is it? Oh, I got my days wrong.
Is it midnight Wednesday night or midnight Thursday night?
I thought it was a Wednesday.
Midnight Thursday night. Double check for us, Russell.
Yeah, I'm going to check now.
I was at this game also, and also Sutton United. Personally, I don't accept that Harry Maguire can become a bad defender after being good, but he may have to start again abroad. 11 p.m. Thursday.
I'm just going to check the dates. For some reason, I had in my head Wednesday.
How ironic will it be? How ironic we pull Wolves in the cup. Yep. That's a good night from Mr. Tom. Yep. No, Russ, it's the 1st of September. Definitely Thursday. Wolves will want revenge. Okay, good night, everybody.
Yeah. No, Wednesday the 31st. That's when you want to. You don't want to be doing it on Thursday because the deadline's Wednesday the 31st.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
It's the 1st of September.
Oh, right, okay.
Honestly, he said it's 11 o'clock, 1st of September. Am I right, Titch? Titch?
I think I see.
I don't know what happened. I'm checking now. Sorry.
I swear it's the Wednesday the 31st.
You're not working out.
Right. The window will run until deadline day on Thursday, September the 1st, and will shut at 11 p.m. in line with other. So Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one for me, that.
The Thursday.
Yes, so it's 11 p.m. on Thursday, the 1st of September.
There you go. Which is Friday. Here.
It's weird, isn't it? I still find it weird.
Thursday already, final of Australia.
I'll have to put use. I'll have to. Hang on. Hang on a minute. I'll have to put use on it. Disneyland Paris thing. Laugh out loud.
Use on. Oh, put use on in Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Disneyland in Paris.
She moves about, doesn't she, old Alison?
Yeah, I've told her. I says I should be packed in your suitcase. You know what I mean? I might weigh a bit, Alison, but I don't move much. Right, guys, look, we've gone over by 4 minutes, and I know a lot of people, want to get off and get some sleep. I know Titch has got to get off and do his get some rest for it. You got 12 hours and you're on again, Titch.
Yeah, no.
On Sunday.
Oh, you fly on Sunday. Ah, there you go, Russell.
What's that?
It's on at 11 p.m. on Thursday due to it being midnight in most of Europe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the reason I had in my head that it's the at the start of a new month. You know what I'm saying? It kind of everything wraps up at the end of August, and then it's the 1st of September is when it's all kind of done and dusted. So that's what I had in my head.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah, I think
it won't be the same without you all. It won't be. Oh, she's staying for a full week. Very nice.
For you, Alison. Lovely.
I know, it sounds good, doesn't it? Right, guys, look, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for watching this edition of Disabled Tip. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Cieran, thank you very much for doing this again with us. Much appreciated. Russell, same with you as well.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Loads of comments tonight, isn't there? Loads coming through.
Yeah.
And I think I did well to keep up with it all.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a few frisky moments, but you got there in the end. So, yeah, like I say, it's going to be a good weekend of football, good week of football, and I think Titch should do a watch along, definitely.
So, yeah.
Anyway, so thank you, everybody. It's a good night from me.
Good night from me.
Good night from me.
Laters.
No, you know what? Sweet dreams.
I think
He's in his ways.